Oh man, good start already. You don't look from the night before, you move on to the next. Phillies lost 3-2 to the Arizona Diamondbacks last night. Tyler Mraz, Heat Ratio Sports, Phillies pregame live. Didn't get to do a post game, so talk a little bit about that game. Diamondbacks won 3-2. Adrian Del Castillo, that was his second career MLB game. He was through 4 home run, 2 RBIs, and hit that walk off of Jeff Hoffman in the ninth inning. Interestingly enough, we'll get to that, but he's not in the lineup tonight, which is a little bit odd considering how good of a game and how well he's played for the Diamondbacks so far. But go to the positives from last night. Alec Boehm extended his on base streak. It's 27 games now. It's the longest active streak still in the MLB. And even better news, the Mets and the Braves both lost. So that loss for the Phillies last night wasn't a terribly horrible loss. They did not lose any games. They're still 8 up on the Mets, 8.5 up on the Braves. Pitching matchup for tonight, you could argue the ace for both teams, Aaron Nola for the Phils, Zach Gallen, who also went to Bishop Eustace like Tyler Phillips. He's on the mound for the Diamondbacks tonight. Lineups for both teams, JT Realmuto getting another night off. Garrett Stubbs in at catcher tonight. He has actually had pretty good success against the Diamondbacks. He's gotten 4 hits in his last 5 games. So maybe this is a game where we see Garrett Stubbs finally break out of the slump he's been in for the entire season. And like I mentioned earlier, no Adrian Del Castillo for the Diamondbacks. You would think that he would be playing after having a career night last night. But nope, Ivan Herrera is catching for the Diamondbacks. And we're going to try something new. We're going to be talking about highs and lows. So starting from the bottom, we'll work our way up. Jeff Hoffman, he's been really struggling lately. He's given up 7 runs in his last 5 games, gave up the walk-off home run last night, got the loss. He just hasn't had his stuff recently. And is he the next Craig Kimbrell? Very excellent first half, all-star, and then falls off in the second half. We have seen it before. I know Kimbrell's older and way different pitchers, but it is a cause for concern. And what does everybody watching here think? Do you think Hoffman's just in a little bit of a slump right now, or do you think that this is something to be actually genuinely concerning? This is why I think the Carlos Estevez trade was a million times more important than many people thought it to be. Also, Bryson Stott, he has not been too hot. His average is now 237. Now, besides Garrett Stubbs, that's the lowest on the team, but lowest among all of the current starters for the Phillies. But yeah, Bryson Stott, I don't know what has really happened to him. He doesn't even look like he's competing in his at-bats. Like, at least in his rookie year and last year, he got down into 2 strike counts a lot, but he still was competitive. He was fouling a lot of balls off. He was drawing some walks. But this year, he just seems very uncompetitive. And he's got 237 average, which is one of the lowest. So I feel like he's officially moving into that platoon role. I feel like I would say that's definitely a platoon with Edmundo Sosa. Now Brandon Marsh. He's 5-game hitless streak. Before the acquisition of Austin Hayes, he was not doing too well. It was a while until he got a hit, but he hasn't had a hit in 5 games. He had that little period where he was doing very good. Now he's back to being hitless again. His average is now 240. It's one of the lowest on the team. And so, yeah. But now we talked about the lows. Now we can get positive, talk about the highs. Bryce Harper, 11 hits in his last 7 games. He is definitely, I guess, re-entering his name maybe into the MVP conversation. I feel like it was neck and neck with him and Shohei Ohtani for the entire year until the All-Star break. Ohtani kind of took off with that. Bryce Harper struggled a lot. Ohtani still Shohei Ohtani, one of, if not the best hitters of all time. And so, yeah, Bryce Harper, 11 hits in 7 games. He had a home run last night, opposite field bomb. and hit one of the bets that we had for the triple play yesterday, which we'll get to in a little bit. But Bryce Harper, he's back. He's on the rise still, and he's only getting better. So we'll see if he can raise his average back to the 300 mark. And Johan Rojas, since the All-Star break, he's gotten his average up 10 points. Went from 231 to 241. And this is a guy many considered the worst hitter on the team by far. And he's actually been pretty decent. He showed some power last night, but Corbin Carroll robbed him of a hit. Probably would have been a double. Who knows? Maybe even a triple. And I'm not sure his other at-bat. He's been showing a lot of power lately. Yesterday, he hit another one off the left field fence. He was very close to hitting a home run. And I don't know if they scored it a double or a triple, but either way, he ended up on third. So, oh, man, sorry about that. Throat's really dry. I don't know why. But, yeah, getting back to Johan Rojas, he's been showing some power lately. I mean, his outfield defense is always outstanding. So he's very much becoming the player everyone wanted him to be and perfect center fielder for this team. Not the greatest bat, awesome defense, really fast, can get you some RBIs here and there. Gets on base, he'll score. So everybody, the deadline, a lot of people wanted to trade the house for Luis Robert. And Luis Robert, I believe, is hitting under 200 since the All-Star break. So, do you think Johan Rojas is going to keep this up? Do you think he is the guy still, or do you need to see more from him? And our final guy that we're talking about, Jose Alvarado, he's had no runs allowed in his last 3 appearances, and he's given up some hits, gave up the home run in Seattle, but I really, really think he's starting to come back to form. His ERA was, I believe, 4.53 right after the Pittsburgh game where he blew the save. That's where he was taken out of the closer role, blew the game for the Fightins. And ever since then, I mean, his ERA went from 3.8, 3.9 something to 4.53. And now it's back down to about 4.05. I believe 4.05 is Jose Alvarado's current ERA. So he's been excellent lately. I mean, he's given up hits here and there, but just watching him, you can tell he's starting to finally get some of his control, which is his huge thing. He's just a flamethrower. He's just going to throw 102 and strike you out. But he's now starting to find some of that control, getting back to the Jose Alvarado we knew from the 2022-2023 season. So Jose Alvarado, great appearances lately. We're going to get to the keys of the game now. This is the most important one, attacking Zach Gallen early. He's 0-3 against the Phillies whenever the Phillies score in the first inning. And a lot of the times they're home runs. See, both of the playoff games that happened. And then in June of 2022, at Citizens Bank Park, Rhys Hoskins hit a home run off of him. In the NLCS, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper went I don't know what's up with me tonight, but Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper both went yard on him. And 0-3, that's huge. So I like to say this a lot on here. Strike early, strike often. Zach Gallen is someone who you attack him early on. It's kind of hard for him to come back. I don't know what it is about it, but he just doesn't usually do that. But yeah, 0-3 when the Phillies score in the first inning. So attack early, attack often. Limit the homers. Diamondbacks are really good at hitting home runs lately. They're 24 of their last 32 runs are via home runs in their last 6 games, which is a crazy number. Jock Peterson has been hitting a ton of home runs lately. You saw last night, Jock hit one, and then Adrian Del Castillo hit the walk-off home run in the 9th inning for the Diamondbacks. So a team that is excelling at hitting homers is going up against Aaron Nola, who is known to be giving up a lot of home runs, and he kind of struggles against the Diamondbacks. He's 2-2, 7.67 ERA. Decent in the playoffs, but this isn't the playoffs. This is the regular season. So his regular season ERA against the Diamondbacks, 7.67 in 5 career starts. So Nola, not the best track record against the Diamondbacks, and known for giving up home runs, going up against a team that hits a lot of home runs. So they need to limit the home runs tonight. It's got to happen for a win. And then, talking about Aaron Nola, no bad innings. His last game against the Dodgers, that the 3rd inning, he gave up 4 runs. Usually collapses in the 4th inning. It's a joke among many Phillies fans. But Yeah, Aaron Nola needs to not have that one bad inning because there are times where he's 3 innings lights out, and then with that one inning, he just gives up all the runs, and that's what happened last game. He gave up 4 runs, and Dodgers scored 4 runs that night, I believe. So the Phillies lost because of a bad inning from Aaron Nola. So Aaron Nola, avoid the bad innings. Now, check this out. Got an intro for the triple play now. We've been hitting on most of these bets. Last night, went 2 for 3. Zach Wheeler got the over, only 5.5 strikeouts. Kyle Schwarber did not hit a home run, so he missed on that. But Bryce Harper, 3+ bases at plus 195. That hit with his home run. So 2 for 3 last night. We've been very good lately. I think we went 1 for 3 the night before, and then I believe 2 for 3 again the night before. So we've been hitting. We have been hitting. Again, use code HEAT to get 50% off at Win Daily Sports. You get the picks from the last couple nights, been making money. So hopefully that's enough to convince you to sign up. Here's tonight's triple play. Got Alec Bohm, 2+ bases at plus 110. These are all on DraftKings. Aaron Nola, under 4.5 strikeouts. He hasn't gotten many strikeouts lately. Only got 4 his last time against the Dodgers. So going to say under on Aaron Nola strikeouts, 4.5. And then total runs over 8 at minus 115. So there you have it. Alec Bohm, 2+ bases. So Alec Bohm gets a double. He hits it. Home run, triple, gets it. 2 singles, boom. So Alec Bohm plus 110. These are good odds. And like we mentioned earlier, he's got the longest active on base streak currently in the majors. So definitely plus money. I think that's a really good get. And then Nola under 4.5 Ks. Hasn't been striking out a ton of batters recently. And runs, total runs over 8. And we got a bonus one too. Why not? Zach Gallen, 6+ hits allowed. That's at plus 115. Gallen really hasn't been himself lately. And you can tell 3.76 ERA. That's not Zach Gallen like numbers. So he's just in, even for a good amount of the season, hasn't. Gave up 8 hits his last game against the Guardians, 6 hits before that against Washington, 5 Pittsburgh, 3 Chicago, 9 to Toronto. So thinking about like 5 of his last 7 starts, he's given up more than 6 hits. And this is a Phillies team did not do too well last night. They only scored 2 runs, but how many hits did they get? What was the total? They got 5 hits. So, but Zach Gallen, if they attack him early, I definitely see this getting over. So this is plus 115 on, voice crack on DraftKings. Remember, use your promo code HEAT, 50% off your best bets at Win Daily Sports. Doubling your money. You can double your money instantly. If all of these hit, I think if just 2 of these hit, you'll be able to pay it off the first week. Now, post game tonight, 10 minutes live here on Heat Ratio Sports, Facebook, and YouTube. Tony might join us. What are the odds on that? So, if Adam's watching, what are the odds Tony makes the post game show tonight? It's only an 8 o'clock game, so I definitely think he's going to make it. So, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all live here 10 minutes after the final out. So, well, hopefully we get to talk about a Phillies win as always. Nola Gallen, battle of the aces. So hope to see you at post game. Enjoy your game, everyone. Have a good night.